And you'll be presenting at the San Diego Economic Roundtable. Give us a brief snapshot of what you'll discuss.
Sure. Well, what we're seeing right now in our economy is a really low unemployment rate, which is exciting, but also is leading a lot of economists to predict that we're going to see some slowing in our job growth. So we're looking at really the hardest to serve as our workforce that needs support right now. So I'll be talking about some of the ways that we can work with that population to help to meet the workforce needs of our companies.
When you say the hardest to serve, what population are you referring to?
Sure. You can think about, we have a large number of people who either don't have a high school diploma or stopped their education after high school. So when we think about where a lot of the opportunities will be, it's in what we call middle skill jobs. So jobs that require more than a high school diploma, but less than a 4-year degree. So helping to identify where those people are and how we can help them get the training they need to fill those middle skill jobs.
And you mentioned a slowing. San Diego workforce has identified a potential shortage of educators. Can you talk about this?
Yeah, that's actually even a national trend. We see that over the past number of years, the education field has had trouble recruiting. We see a lower number of students who are actually entering education programs because of all kinds of things. You can think about the pay not being as competitive as we might like, some of the stresses that come with trying to create an educational environment that supports our workforce needs. So it's certainly a challenge that we're seeing in our county.
And San Diego County is known for tourism. What are you seeing in this respect?
Of course. So tourism has been growing strong, of course. And what we're really focusing on is finding the best way to support people in tourism to progress in their careers. There's lots of low-wage, low-skilled jobs in tourism, which is great. We need that, and that's healthy for our economy. But also, thinking about those people long-term, how are we helping them as a workforce board and as employers to upskill, to move on in their careers, and to take the skills they learned and do more with them, while still having a pipeline to come in and fill those roles?
And San Diego workforce has identified priority sectors. What are these?
Sure. So these are 5 sectors that we really focus on because of high potential for growth, and specifically in job growth with wages that pay above the self-sufficiency rate. So those 5 sectors are healthcare, life sciences, information and communication technology, advanced manufacturing, and clean energy. And when we look at job growth in all of these, especially since the recession, they've all been trending upward. And when we talk to employers in these sectors, in our most recent survey that happened sort of middle of last year, we see that up from 30 to 60% of employers are projecting hiring permanent employees in the next year. So while we see this slowing in job growth, we know it's still coming, and especially in these sectors that are really important for our economy.
So if you're a young person, or maybe you're an older person trying to re-enter the workforce, are there certain careers that are doing better than others and that people should maybe consider focusing on?
Sure. Well, healthcare is a huge one. You'll hear there's more registered nurses in our county than any other job, and there's a huge need for it, especially in very specialized types of nurses. Other healthcare jobs as well. You don't need to be someone who wants to work directly with patients or get into diagnosing illnesses. You can be someone who is very organized and interested in the more support staff role, like medical coders. So healthcare is a huge one, especially since that's what we consider recession-proof. As the recession hit and all their industries saw a slight or a large decline, healthcare keeps growing because it's something that we're always going to need.
Sarah Burns with the San Diego Workforce, thank you so much for talking with us.